Too much of what's happening in our country today is not normal. Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic. Now, I want to be very clear up front. Not every Republican, not even the majority of Republicans are MAGA Republicans. Not every Republican embraces their extreme ideology. I know, because I've been able to work with these mainstream Republicans. But there's no question that the Republican Party today is dominated, driven, and intimidated by Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans. And that is a threat to this country. These are hard things, but I'm in a...
Well. After Joe Biden's speech last night, after Iowa spoke, and more than half of the Republicans in the state, the largest margin ever, said they want Donald Trump to be our next president, Joe decided to label us all as extremists. Let's see. I served in the military in this country. Signed that check up to and including my life to protect people I don't even know. I worked 46 years for somebody else, paid my taxes every year, paid into Social Security every year. What will I get back for it? I get called an extremist. But some guy who wants to blow up a building, kill a bunch of people, firebomb a police station, nah, those are mostly peaceful protesters. But the guy who goes to work every day to put food on the table, to put a roof over his head, he's an extremist. The guy that believes that innocents should be left alive and the uber guilty should not, they're extremists. The guy that will open a door for a lady, the guy that will give up a seat to the elderly, the guy that will go out of his way to help somebody else at the detriment to his own time or money or effort or physical pain, that's an extremist. But the guy who cheats, steals, robs, he's a proud American, right, Joe? Let's think about this. We look at what's coming. We all know it. We've all known it for years, okay? We see the fourth turning, right? This is what we're up against. Politics is not going to solve all the problems in the United States, okay? No doubt, all right? And you could have people that say that politicians are no more important in our lives. It's all political theater. You know, they're no more important than some Hollywood starlet in a movie or some football player on the gridiron somewhere. Right, I'll agree with you. What some brain-dead script-reading person in Hollywood says means nothing. What some guy who can't spell his own name on a contract but yet gets paid tens of millions of dollars says means nothing. But the people who determine whether or not we go to war, whether your kids are cannon fodder for their cause, how the economy runs, who is allowed and who's not allowed to come into this country, yeah, they're a little bit more important than some talking head on TV or on YouTube or in Hollywood or on ESPN. Okay. Yeah, no. What it's all going to come down to in the end, not biblically, but maybe somewhat, is who's got morals, who's got common sense, who's got logic, who's got decency. That's what's important, okay? Who's taking care of themselves by their own two hands? Who's taking care of who's feeding their kids? Who's taking care of their spouse by their own two hands? Who's out working their ass off in whatever capacity it is? Whether it's going to a job, whether it's working the land, whatever. Those are the people that built this country. America was not built on the welfare system. America was not built on SSDI. America was not built on food stamps. America was built on the backs of hardworking people, black, white, Native American, Asian, all of them. Not one race, not one sex. You can tell me all you want about toxic masculinity. My grandmother was working for General Electric during World War II, making airplane engines. Okay? Grandmother. Yeah, this country was built on the backs of those people that loved the country. Not people like the Obamas, not people like the Bidens that hate this country. Not people like their supporters that hate this country. I love all the talk of, if Donald Trump wins, I'm leaving the country. Good. Get out. We don't want you here. You don't love this place? Leave. Nobody asked you to stay. It's pretty simple. Okay. But we hear this talk we did in 2016 when we were all called deplorables. That worked real well, didn't it, Hillary? Here we are in 2024, and now we're all being tagged as extremists. Watch what happens in the next couple of months and the lies that start coming out and what they are accusing you of. Being a God-fearing, hard-working person in this country is exactly the opposite of what progressivism stands for. Liberals, progressives, communists, socialists, Democrats, whatever you want to call them, are the scourge of society. We need to wake up the masses. It's not going to be done by one man. It's not going to be done by one administration, okay? You can call Donald Trump a leader. Maybe he is, maybe he's not. But what he did do in the capacity that he has is awaken the people and say, there is a different way. You don't have to listen to the establishment and just accept whatever they want. You can make your voice heard and tell everybody else, hell no, we won't go. Okay? And by that, I mean going to a dictatorial, cradle-to-grave government interference lifestyle. Keep fighting. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep going to work as long as you can. Keep punching a clock, making the widgets, scanning the groceries as they come over, planting the garden, raising the cattle, shoveling the snow, do whatever it is that makes you a contributing member of society, a maker, not a taker. Because as long as there's more of us than there are of them, shit stains on the United States history, like Joe Biden, won't be able to ever take over. And that is all of our duty to our kids, to make sure they can live in a country that's been great for 250 years and not let a disgusting excuse for a human being ruin it all in just a couple of years.